How's it going, everyone? This is Phone Gaming Connoisseur, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Morsel Online, 3rd era. And, alright, I just want to begin by pointing out something. I was trying to access my horse just now, and, okay, so it has the option now, but just now, before I started recording, I tried to access my horse, and it didn't have these two options. You only had, I want to know more about breeding and training. So it's a little bit strange because, I was going to try and get a recording of it so I can, maybe SV can have a look into it. But okay, so now that it's working, let me just see again. Okay, so it does have these two options. But anyway, just now it didn't have those two options, so I thought that was a little bit strange. Right, so today I want to go to the Animist Librarian in Tindrem in the Mage District because I need to get 2 books for my other characters. Okay. Okay. So put this on. Okay. So I'll talk about the books that I'm going to get on my way. On the way to Tindrem, and let's hope nothing goes wrong. And I have managed to craft a new set of armor using silk. So that armor is considerably lighter than my old set, which I've put on the auction on the trade broker. And I put it at a really cheap price, the whole set for 20 silvers. Okay, so I'm going to the Animist Librarian today to get the Ironbone book. I'm getting two of those because one is for my butcher and the other one for my... Come on. The other one for my armor crafter. So I think that's the last book that I need before I can start butchering the razorback carcasses, which, from what I've seen in the Morsel Online emulator, it yields a lot of materials. I think it's like pig meat and leather and malarium, compact horn, pig meat, and of course iron bone. So that's a lot of materials. And if you're going to butcher razorbacks, you want to make sure that you've got all the skills so that you don't waste the carcasses, because from what I've heard people say, razorback carcasses are worth a lot when you butcher it. And so if you're going to butcher those carcasses, you want to at least have all the skills so that you can make the most money, and of course train up those skills as well. I think there's a player there. Yep, that's a player. You can tell just by that base player model that you see whenever a player gets loaded onto the screen. It loads the base model first, and then it loads all the other stuff like what armor it's wearing and the mounts and so on and so forth. So if you see a base character model moving really, really fast, then you can it's pretty much guaranteed that it's a mounted player, or it's either that or it's lag. you always got to keep an eye on, 360 degrees, just to make sure you don't get followed. And I'm hoping that today is going to be pretty quiet. Well, by the looks of it is pretty quiet, but things can change in an instant. And there can be murderers here as well, so... And so once I get the books for my other characters, I will prepare myself to go back to Sardaukar, which should be quite interesting. So that'll be something worth looking forward to, and I'm hoping to get some of the new armor books, Sardaukar, sort of themed armor styles, and get it for my crafters. That way I can craft, special, dedicated desert style armor. Because the Caladian laminar armor is just it's not very heat resistant, and if you walk around with that in the desert, it'll just make you roast alive very quickly. So, alright, let's go to third gear. Let's go into a full gallop. Okay, who is that? Is it a guard? Hopefully. Yeah, it's an elite guard. Thankfully for that. And there's always like... there's like 2 Tindremic commoners. I don't know why they're always there. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go straight to the Mage District. I'm going to go to the safe route. Not go through the alleyway. And yes, there is an alleyway. If you go from the back, you can sneak into the Tindrem graveyard, and I think that's how murderers get into the Tindrem graveyard. Because I have accompanied a few of my friends in the past from with Crew and Eli, a few of his friends from Eli, and they did sneak into the graveyard past the guards, or they actually killed one of the guards because the guard spotted one of the friends that I was with, and and I watched them kill a guard. So just let my horse rest up. Okay, I always seem to get lost around here. I always seem to lose my way. So go northeast. Because if you go too far to the left or right, you would just end up in a dead end, or you end up in the sunken ruins, and then you have to face the bandits. Good old Tindrem slums. Yeah, this place is still pretty underused, I think. Even with with the new Sardaukar expansion, it's still very underused, and I feel that this place, they could really make it into a proper port, where ships come and go. And I do think that would be a good time for SV to add ships and where people import and export goods from one continent to another. That'll really make this place come alive. I think ships is something that's been missing for a long time from this game, and so I do feel that if SV can work on getting that into the game, then it'll be good. Really bring new dynamic into the game. Where people will have ships going in and out of between continents, and there'll be a need for mercenaries and guards to protect the goods and escort ships to make sure that the cargo ships don't get sunk or boarded. And yes, the horse does slow down quite a bit here. It's much different to how it used to be. Before in the past, before they added all these changes to the mount speed, I could just ride straight up and it wouldn't slow the mount at all. But okay, so up we go, and this place has no guards. Oh, it's supposed to be going here, isn't it? Wait a minute. I have been killed here once, so, and why am I going the right place? Actually, I think it's the other way. It's supposed to be going the other way. That's what happens when you haven't been to an area for a long time. You forget where you're supposed to go. I think you're supposed to go over here. I think. And you better ride slowly because this place is a bottleneck. And I'm hoping that there's no murderers, no reds, but there could be. And if there is, then I could be dead. And where is the Animist Librarian? Here we go. Alright, so 2 sets of Ironbone books. Ironbone, okay. Alright, let's go. This is a quick in and out. We're not going to dawdle here for any length of time. This is not a place you want to be for a long, if you value your safety. Because I was here once and this red player, actually it was a blue player, came along and started casting spells at me. And I pretty much tried to fight him off, but he cast one too many spells and it ended up killing me. So, but we did it this time. Got the Ironbone books. Okay, but it's not over yet. We still need to get ourselves back to Meduli. But I guess I'll just take this opportunity to just thank everyone who's been supporting and watching, who's been supporting my channel and watching my videos, or or helping me in the game, giving me things and helping me out with different things that I do in the game, like hunting and so forth. I really do thank every single one of you. It's been I'm very grateful for all the support, and this channel and all these Let's Play videos just wouldn't be what they are without you guys. So thank you so much, and it's so I hope that you're all having a good Thanksgiving, and yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. And And you know, one of the things that I really, you know, that makes making these videos so enjoyable is, you know, people, you know, just random people coming up to me and, you know, just giving me encouraging words and support, you know, just for my videos and for my Let's Play. It really does mean a lot to me. You know, those are the things that I remember very fondly, you know, and it makes doing these videos all the more worthwhile. You know, when you know you have people people that come up to you in the game and just, you know, support you, give you encouraging, you know, encourage you with their, you know, supportive words, and you know, that really means a lot to me. Okay, almost got myself lost. You know, it's all these buildings. You know, they're all identical, and so you do have to bear in mind that, you know, there's several different pathways, and if you go to the wrong one, you end up in the, you know, different place. You won't end up in the port area. Lucini. Okay, and alright, so now it's time to go back to Meduli, and I hope that I don't encounter any... Whoa! I love the physics in this game. Oh, let's see if I can make it move. Anyway. Let's not get distracted. There's a lot of things in this game that can, you know, distract you. And the magic patch is incoming soon, I think. They've just released the pre-patch notes, so that should be... I think that should mean that... Oh, look at that lag. Yeah, let those guys go first. I'll wait a little bit. You know, I don't want to draw attention to myself. Right. So as I was saying, the magic patch is incoming, I think, very soon. So it'll be something worth looking forward to, because I am a magic user, and for me, you know, the magic patch is one of the most awaited things. Oh, it's a lot of players, and they're all from the same guild. Okay. Okay. Okay, I hope those guys aren't gonna come after me. Phew. Hopefully they're not going to come after me. Okay, I don't know. I've never seen rots before. Uh-oh. Are they coming after me, or? Oh, okay. Thankfully not. I hope. Yep, I've never seen rot, that guild, so I don't know whether they're, you know, RPK or not. But yeah, hopefully they're not out to kill. So we're not out of the clear yet. We still need to... Okay. Well, 1 gold worth, so better make it count. Oh man, this is just really making me nervous. I mean, why does it have to be so slow? But, you know, that's how SV has made it, so what can I say? Okay, not being followed. Thankfully for that. So just now there was 3 of them, and they seem to be quite well armed and armoured, so... But then they could just be, you know, waiting for their convoy or something like that, or maybe they're just guarding the front gates. And if that's what they're doing, then I applaud them for that, you know, because the Tindrem front gates could use a bit more protection. And I used to be a 1-man patrol, you know, a light infantry when I was, you know, in my earlier days when I was still in season 1, I think. And I used to do my little bit of regular patrol around the Tindrem Gates area and you know, the vineyards area. So that was pretty interesting times, and you know, brings back a lot of memories. Okay, am I still going the right way? I think. Okay, I think I've gone a bit too far to the west. I should be a little bit... Yeah, I should be heading a little bit further over here. Keep up the vigilance. Don't let your guard down. Like I always say. This is my regular route. I usually go down this path, so... But yeah, it's, you know, if you travel a lot, it's a good idea to make, you know, alternative routes, you know, to your travels. You know, don't always go the same way, because you know, if you just keep going the same way every single time, you could increase the likelihood of you running into a murderer at some point. So it's always good to switch things up a bit, just to make it so that you don't always go the same route, because eventually, I think if red players, they see a lot of travelers going the same way, then they could camp that area. Just like they camped the road to Fabenham, and I did get killed there once when I was travelling out on my way out of Fabenham, and lost my horse and lost my, I think it's an Ogmium Great Blade that my friend of mine gave me. That was Crew. Crew gave it to me, and yeah, lost a few other things, you know. So that was a very heavy loss. I still remember it. So, you know, that's why I say, you know, switch your routes, switch it up every now and then. Okay, we're almost there, but just that last 50 meters, there's still that possibility of getting knocked off my horse. Okay, no, I think we made it. Awesome. Okay, so just let me get the books into the bank. Oh, what's going on? There's a light in there. Okay, so let's see whether the mount is hungry. Okay, it is. And we'll just pick a bit of this. Oh, it's depleted. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we need 1 silver to stable our horse. And again, money well spent. Oh, I need to get the mounts off you, shouldn't I? Okay, and so horseshoes goes there. Simple saddle. Alright. I'll close this. Okay, let's hope that bug is still not there. Is not there anymore. That bug I was telling you guys at the beginning of this video. Okay. Because for a moment I thought that I lost my mount. Let me just see again. Alright. Okay, so maybe it's just a temporary glitch. And hopefully it doesn't happen to anyone else. Okay, I just want to check out what's going on in the bank. Why is it so bright? So there's a guy with a torch. Okay. I thought there was some sort of a party or event going on. But maybe I'll just see what's going on upstairs. Okay. Well, rather nice view. So, I think this is where I'll end it. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos. And so if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur. Take care.